Hi, Sonic here. So today I'm going to talk to you about a new album by Eromnim3. It's called Leap 59/366. Eromnim3 are a group from central Scotland. There's three of them in the group, and what they do is they specialise in soundscapes. So all instrumental. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk you through the tracks one by one, and then give you a bit of a sum up at the end, let you know whether I liked it or not. So, Eromnim3. So let's call the album Leap, just to shorten it down. Like the band name, Eromnim3, the track titles are pretty hard to pronounce, or some of them are. So please forgive me if I get them wrong. When I talk through, I'll probably give you lots of references to other things that maybe some of the sounds remind me of. That doesn't mean to say it's a rip-off of those sounds. It's just, well, if I've mentioned them, it's a good thing because it's things that I like. So the first track is Naya's Land. Starts off with some high-pitched synth, which then is added to by some really nice percussion and joined by some bass. And it rumbles along in a sort of staccato sort of rhythm, which reminds me quite a lot of Darley's Car, and I can almost hear Peter Murphy starting up. Track 2 is Unbehagens. I think that's how you say it. That'll do for me. So one of the good things about Eromnim3 is that the sounds that they use are familiar, but a little bit processed, a little bit distorted. So there's things in there that you're thinking, what's that? So in Unbehagens, there's several sounds there that strike a chord with me. There's a sound that sounds like it's a struck piano string, which keeps recurring through, and some nice sort of percussion which sounds as if it's run backwards. So some interesting stuff going on there. This track, I think, wouldn't be out of place on something by, say, Future Sound of London in the sort of life forms sort of time. So, good track. Now, as I said, Eromnim3 describe their music as soundscapes. And track 3, the Icarian Sea or Icarian Sea, who knows? I don't know. Certainly is that. So it's a real drifting track which brings in synths which sort of wash over you, you know, quite an ambient track. But then further on into the piece, you get some distant guitar, which sort of grows, reminds me a little bit from time to time of some of the guitar on KLF's Waiting, which again, for me, is a really good thing. Like I say, Eromnim3, although the tracks may have the same themes running through them from start to end, there is enough variation there to keep your attention. And so on to track 4. Track 4, surprise, has a normal name. So it's called Open Cell. I've had the album for 2 weeks now. I've been playing it every day. And right from the start, this is the one that grabbed me straight away. It's less ambient. It's almost got a tribal feel. Starts off very quietly. But then you've got lots of elements coming in, a fantastic bass line, which gives it a real groove, and some nice metallic percussion, which I have an idea what it might be, but I'll leave that to you to pick up. So, like I say, it feels quite tribal. It reminds me quite a lot of the first Orang album, and something like Robert Plant's The Enchanter. So, really great track. Plaintive little guitar notes that come through, sounds floating in and out. You know, the only thing I would like for that track is for it to come to a real climax with a big drum kit. So, yeah, great track, my favourite on the album. Track 5, Inequalis, is a real floating ambient track. It's the one that you've been hearing underneath this review all the way along. So it really feels like you're drifting. Beautiful guitar, very understated, little shimmery, so almost Cocteau Twins or Bill Nelson sort of feel to it. And then a bass, sort of muted bass comes in, which wouldn't be out of place in Brian Eno's Apollo Atmospheres, which is a fantastic thing. So yeah, beautiful track, beautiful track. Michael, 2 words. Track 6 on the album. When I first heard the album, it was my least favourite track on the album. Shouldn't have been, because there's lots of elements in here that I should really like, but there was something that didn't just connect with me. It's quite synth or keyboard driven, with guitar, which at times is quite beautiful, but at times quite discordant. Yeah, so like I say, when I first heard it, I wasn't convinced, but the more I've heard it, the more I like it. There's elements to the guitars that would remind me of things like David Tone. It's almost like an early Mark Isham track. Go Shoot, which is, I'm not really sure, there's a sense of foreboding with this one. Quite low rumbling drums, which sounds a little bit like Scott Walker's tuning up. Some really good guitar and synth sounds in there, and then some just random noises which keep cutting in, make you wonder what's going on. Sounds like somebody's having a messenger call at one point, but yeah, good track, good track. And on to track 8, the last track of the album, Icarian Sea Reprise, or Icarian Sea Reprise? Who knows? Anyway, it's a stripped down version of the track that we heard earlier in the album, and what do you know, when it's stripped down, I thought, sounds like Theme for Great Cities by Simple Minds, which has got to be a good thing. Yeah, a nice quiet ending to the album. So, Leap 59/366, new album by Eromnim3. Is it a hit? Yes, it is. Really good, great ambient album, lots of stuff going on there. Something to really keep you listening. Every time I listened, there was something new popped up that I was interested in, so good album. A little bit on Eromnim3, they do have albums already available on Bandcamp, 3, they'll show up at the end of the review. Once this appears on Bandcamp, I think you should go and get it, so really good.